How are you? What have you guys been doing? We've missed you. Hey, Doug's here, and Miss Mia, Kathy Wiseman. Hello, Kathy. Miss Maggie, how are you doing? It's good to see you guys. Hi, Licelot. So we've been working. That's what we've been doing. We've been working, and I figured today I've been getting some phone calls. Are you dead? Are you alive? I'm getting sick of people asking me in my live shows if you're still alive. So I figured I would say hello. Hello, Trisha and Maria. Hi, Jennifer Miller. Good to see you. So I figured I'd pop up. I'm working in the office today. Getting back in business. And I figured I would just bring you guys along with me while I work. I got rain on my glasses because we were just watching Oreo go after another critter in the yard. I will tell you that we actually have a pet cat now. I don't know what happened, but yeah, Oreo is a totally different cat out here. He's within 6 feet of us at all times, outside, just taking guard over all the movements in the woods and everything else. He just went after a chipmunk, and Dean was feeling guilty because he was kind of a baby, and I'm like, you can't scold him for going after critters, or he won't go after the ones that you want him to, so you gotta let him keep going. But we are still alive. We are, I did pin a comment up on the top of the chat there. I have been doing updates periodically in my Facebook group. I just wasn't doing updates on my YouTube channel. So I don't know that that'll happen again. It probably won't happen again because we're going to be pretty consistent moving forward, not every week, mind you, because we're still getting through the sale of the house. My house did sell. It was on the market for 4 days. We did a delayed negotiations thing where if there was going to be a bidding war, we were taking bids for 4 days, and then on that Monday by 2:00 was the deadline for everybody to put their bids in, and there were no bids. So then it was open wide for anybody. And the way that my realtor told me was that a lot of people buyers are sick of the bidding wars. So if they see delayed negotiations, sometimes they don't want to get involved because they just don't want it bid up any higher because the interest rates are higher and stuff like that. But so the deadline was at 2:00 on a Monday, and at 4:00 on Monday, somebody called and asked for a showing that night at 7 p.m. And yeah, so that buyer is actually, the sale isn't complete, but everything's going through as it should. But long and short of it, the buyer is actually a realtor. So he lives walking distance from my house. He lives on the street, 3 streets parallel to my house. So this is walking distance for him. And he absolutely positively loves the workshop. And they are, they're both realtors, husband and husband. And they are going to unload their storage units and use the shop for all their staging stuff. So realtors stage things now. I didn't even know that this was a thing. I mean, I've always assumed that magazines and stuff are staged, but I didn't realize they stage houses. And we actually ended up hiring a stager at the recommendation of the realtor. It cost $800, and she brought basics in. She made a bed out of a cardboard box. I thought that was pretty cool. It really looked like a queen size bed too. But anyway, she staged one of the bedrooms. She staged the master bedroom, and the small room that was Naomi's room, the kitchen, the dining room, the living room, and all that. Hi, Barb, again. And yeah, it looked really nice. I was really happy with the listing. But anyway, this buyer called within 20 minutes of seeing the house, and they made a cash offer that was right at my minimum. And I was like, you know what? I'm not dragging this out anymore. That was the minimum that I wanted. I'm not gonna hold out. I'm not gonna mess around. So they made a cash offer, no inspections, no nothing, closing within 4 weeks. Yeah. And they're like, hi, Mylana. Hello, Brett. They're excited. So they're going to utilize the workshop, the 2.5 car garage that, was all insulated and everything, and for their staging stuff. And they're going to do updates on the house and rent it out. And they're going to be landlords from 3 streets away and not pay storage anymore. So it was a win-win situation. So, ta-da! I don't know if I would have gotten the amount that they offered if we hadn't have done all the work that we did. But as soon as we moved, the week of my birthday in July, once we moved out here, we immediately were driving the opposite direction every single day, working on the old house. We redid the stairs. We put new carpeting on the stairs. We changed some lighting. Babes painted like every single room. He repaired the ceiling in the kitchen and put new molding around. And it was all pretty much labor. It wasn't really cost intensive. I think we spent like maybe $400 on the materials, and of course Dean did everything himself. But we were still driving. So even though that, yes, we're moved, it was like the glory of that moment was almost like, yeah, that's not a nice comparison. I won't do that comparison. But it just, the second we moved, we were like, okay, now we got to get it listed. Now, so it was like this fake milestone in our head, and we were both just so spent. You would not have wanted to see us live. We were just miserable, and the humidity was awful, and we were dragging our feet every day, and we were just so sick of working so freaking hard and whine. And I didn't want to put up content on my channel of whining all the time. So we've been doing updates in the Facebook group, little updates. Pat actually called me last night, and she was like, I'm just checking to make sure everything's okay. I'm assuming no news is good news. And I'm like, yeah, I should go live tomorrow night and just give everybody a little update. Hi, Connie. How are you? It's good to see so many familiar faces. But yeah, I have tons and tons and tons of video to upload. We could have had a wine party. Yeah, I needed positivity, and listening to myself whine was sheer torture. What are you doing? Nothing. You come say hi to peoples, honey.
Hi, peoples.
Say hi to peoples. Dean's back to playing his guitar. We've been relaxing.
And drinking Janet's
and
coffee.
drinking my coffee. Put it down.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we've been sitting on the back porch at night and just not full speed ahead. You know, once we ripped off the Band-Aid and we had the house listed, and then once we got the offer on the house, that was exciting, but we still had to go back and get more stuff, and the barn is busting at the seams.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've still got a lot of work to do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What's your project for today, babes?
I don't know. It's raining.
Oh, it's raining, so
yeah.
No project today.
So,
but yesterday, he loaded up his friend's trailer with all the scrap metal that was laying all over our property out here from tearing apart the trailer and
a lot of stuff from in the house.
Yep, stuff from in the house.
All scrap metal.
Yep, so he's been
2 loads.
Yep, 2 loads to the scrap yard, and we ended up with a little over $300.
$310.
Yeah, $310 with the scrap. The aluminum, while we thought it would be 45 cents a pound, was actually dirty aluminum.
Half of it was.
Yeah, so we only got 8 cents.
8 cents a pound, but aluminum doesn't weigh very much.
Yeah.
So even though that looked like it was a lot in that trailer, it only weighed like maybe 200 pounds.
Do we still have a copper trip to do? Or did you throw all the wire?
No, I still have all the wiring.
Okay, we just got to burn the.
Gotta strip it.
Yeah, throw a grate on top of the fire pit.
Well, they'll take it with the coating on it.
Yeah, but it's a lot less.
I know it's a lot less, but
yeah,
is it really worth it?
Yeah. So that's like the big motto around here lately, you guys, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
and that's kind of the direction that we're going is, you know, I've been at this for 5 years. Babes has been with me for almost 4 through it, and we did it.
It took 2 years to get here.
We did it.
Since we bought this place.
Yeah.
2 years.
2 years since, almost to the day.
Pretty much, yeah.
Almost to the day. 2 years since we bought Pavilion, and then, Mom's house sold in November of last year, the first week in November. And, it's just, before it was, you guys know, especially the people that I see in chat. I know you guys have been here like since the beginning with me, and you know that it's been an emotional journey.
Brett, hey, that's money for wine.
It's but it was, it started out all about my mom and my relationship with my mom, and so many things have happened, and I feel like I've healed my relationship with my mother, and I honored my mother. We're grateful. We're thankful that my mother made this new life possible for us.
She made you work for it, though.
Okay. And did we work for it? Holy crap. Remember when you had less than $2? Hi, Lissa. Yes.
36 cents.
36 cents we had after we put the offer in on this house. Yep. So we've been, peanut butter and jelly for the most part, waiting for that house check. So we haven't been spending any money, but we've been working. Next is trees.
Yep. Next is trees.
Trees and gutters is what we're doing next. So, he's gonna replace all the fascia.
Yeah, I gotta pull the old gutters off.
Yeah.
Replace some of the fascia, wrap it with aluminum wrap, and then we'll probably hire somebody to come out and do seamless gutters.
Yeah.
Get that done. So.
Yeah.
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 So even if we don't get all the trees down, I'm going to rent a boom lift.
He wants a blue one.
Yeah, one that probably goes up, like 40, 50 foot. And I'm going to go through and top all the trees, go around.
You can go into the stream with your phone if you want to show them before it's dark.
Oh.
We have internet everywhere now.
That's right. You could send me a link.
Yeah. Let me do that.
Give me a kiss. Okay.
Okay.
Link me.
I'll send him a link.
Link me.
I'll send it to you through
do a text, right?
Through Facebook.
Facebook?
Facebook. And then he can click on it. And then he can come in and show you the stuff. At the video that we posted over the weekend, that was well, that was self-explanatory, but that was just a side project that his brother asked him to do because they need to, they're starting to clear the estate. So when Dean's mom and dad passed away, one of the family members stayed in the house. So that's a journey that's going to come down the road, is clearing out that house. So and it's big. The house he grew up in is huge. 5 bedrooms, tons and tons and tons and tons of outbuildings and trailers and all kinds of stuff. So that'll come down the road. And one of his oldest brother's daughter, Dean's niece, is very interested in buying the property off of all the brothers and the one sister. So yeah, that'll be something that comes down the road. But yeah, I have lots of historical video to upload, story stuff, the stuff from my mom's. He's building another barn, Kathy. Not until next year, but he is building another barn, and he'll show you with the video. Hold on. Add him to the stage. Hi, babers.
Hi. How do I switch this camera around?
The little I think it's camera. A settings button.
Whoop.
That's off. Settings button, and then camera. There you go. Oh,
there go what? I want to spin it around.
Okay, well, let me come help you. Hold on. They've made a lot of changes to StreamYard.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. More settings, camera, facing back.
You rock. Okay.
He's gonna tell you.
All right. First thing we got to do is we got to clean up the yard. These are still the trees that we had in front of the. I hear an echo.
Well, that's because I'm on. Hold on. Let me turn it down.
Yeah. So we got to get rid of this tree here and this tree here, because this is where we're gonna start cutting all these trees and having them land.
Yeah.
So we're gonna work our way back. We'll start with this one, have it land out in the yard, cut it up, get rid of it, and then we got this group right here, and half of these trees here are half dead already.
Sigh.
Yeah. So those all got to get cut, fall into the yard out there.
The other barn that he wants is for him.
Yeah, the other barn's going to go out there where that shed is. We're going to get rid of all these trees back here. And so like her car would basically drive straight into the other barn.
He wants to be able to lift his truck and work on it.
Yeah, I want to put a lift in it.
It's a man barn.
Yeah. So yeah, all these little trees I'm not worried about cutting down, but a lot of these bigger trees I want to get a lift and cut all the branches off the top, you know, because these are all pretty close to the house. You know, I don't know if you can see them ones back there.
Yeah,
those
so
are all got to be.
Exactly, Brett.
Yeah, there's 3 trees right there. They're like super close to the house. Want to get rid of those. And then behind the house, there's a couple of them. And then one of them is like really, really close, right there.
So see right
That
there,
one's
guys,
like
the gutter coming down. We still have to replace the gutters.
Yeah, got to replace all the gutters. Yeah. Yep. And then we got a big mess to clean up.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a big wood pile over there. Still.
Yep.
Got to get rid of that. So that tree right there, that's probably the worst one of the bunch. As far as having somebody, I wouldn't put that down myself. I would hire somebody to come do that, which would probably be those Amish guys. That one and that one. They want those 2 trees.
Yep.
I think they're oak trees or something. And then behind the barn.
Oh, baby.
Behind the barn, there's one there and one there. Those 2 trees they wanted too.
Yep.
I don't know what they are, but they wanted those ones too. But those could fall backwards out in the woods. So that's not a problem.
Yep.
So yeah, that's what I wanted to show.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you got to disconnect before you come in here. There's going to be feedback.
Okay. Leave.
So yeah. So yeah, we still have a lot of work to do, but we're almost done. Hi, Deanna. We're almost done driving back and forth to the old house.
Got to be winter is what it is.
Yeah, we have to get in front of winter.
Yeah.
He's gonna put those little, what are they called on the roof?
Oh, ice blockers.
They're little squares that go up on a metal roof.
Yeah, they're
and
tabs.
we gotta block in front of the door.
Prevents the ice and snow from sliding down the roof and over top of a doorway. Yeah.
Yes, you will get to see those trees falled. And when they come, because it's the Amish guys that are coming with their horses. So that's going to be a very cool video. Yeah. I've never actually seen them.
So basically what I was showing them is I'm going to get a lift. I'm going to go up, cut all the branches off the trees and, and make them a lot easier to handle when they do come to cut them down. And, that way they're not so big and bushy that I don't have to worry about them coming down and hitting the house or the barn nearly as much.
Yep.
And then a lot of the smaller trees I'll just take care of myself, not a problem.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do a lot of prep work for him.
Yeah. We borrowed his older brother's wood chipper.
Yeah.
And we've been putting branches in there, stuff that we don't want to.
I don't think that thing's big enough to keep up with us.
Amish don't like having pictures taken of them. I'm going to find out. I'm definitely going to ask permission.
Yeah.
But we shall see. So they approached us. We didn't approach them. We'll see if we can do some little clips from far away if we don't show faces or something like that. I'm definitely going to be respectful of them. But even if we can do still photos that I can put together. Mm. But it'll be cool to watch.
I think they'll be okay with it.
Yeah. So we're about 2 weeks away from closing on the house. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you guys noticed the trailer that's out there. That's got my workbench and stuff from the old house that needs to come in here. So this place has been upheaved.
Did you tell them about the water line?
So we did do updates on the Facebook group about the water line. Mm-hmm. I can bring up pictures. let me bring up pictures. Hang on, I'll put this up here and do share screen. Okay, so here's the Facebook group. And we're going to scroll down. We'll scroll back a little ways first.
Oh, show them the kitchen.
I'm gonna. Gotta go.
I heard you talking about.
We haven't been on for a long time.
I heard
Holy
you talking
cow.
about all the stuff I did out there, but the kitchen was the biggest facelift.
Yeah. Okay, so here was the water line situation. So the water line situation, when we turned on the water to this house,
it was leaking out behind.
It was leaking behind the barn.
Underground.
So these are pictures of before and after the dig of running a new water line to the house. So the whole shipping office had to come apart in order to access that. And we ran one for water and
the other one is for the internet.
Yeah, the other one was for conduit for the Ethernet. Yeah. So it took us a while to get internet in the house. So that was the other reason that we didn't do anything live, because we didn't have internet in the house to be able to show the house. So yeah, all of that got done. I think there's another post here. Why won't it close? Close. I'm having technical difficulties. I'm clicking the X, right? I don't know why it won't close. Let me stop the screen. Too many mouses moving around here. Yeah, that won't close either. All right, let me get to the older posts. Some of you guys, if you're in the Facebook group, then you've already seen this.
Oh, there you go.
Justin Bieber's. I love him.
Fool.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go back to present, share screen, entire screen. Okay. So let's go back in here. Oh, drat. Hang on. Scrolling. Yeah, there were lots of updates in here. Okay, so
you still. I saw that you showed the ground leaking.
Yeah. I don't know where it went. This was all the flooring in the house that we did. That was the last thing we did before we moved. You miss your babies?
I do. Miss my buddies.
There's Lulu. More floor. So this is my kitchen here before the sink and the appliances went in. But this was the water situation. So we had to dig a whole new trench across the yard and run those pipes. Well, this apparently isn't the best way to be showing stuff.
No.
Yeah. Oh well, I'm going to stop that.
You stop that.
It keeps rolling around, and there's too many mouses on the screen this way. All right. Anyway. Yeah. So we had to do the water line. You got a house, Deanna? How exciting. Hey, Kevin. How are you? So we did the water line. We got all the appliances in. Then we had a sediment issue when we had first turned the water on, and it plugged up all of our shutoffs. So we had the filter in place, but we didn't have
Well, the settlement came from the old line that was underground. The house over there.
And it pushed all kinds of stuff into our little PEX
pipes.
A
lot of it was easy to take care of, like your faucets on the sink. You could just unscrew them and clean out the little screen thing there. And
so it's been a challenge. Water's been a challenge, and we bought some parts. Probably still in my bike.
Yep.
So he's got a check valve and something else to replace on the well, and we're probably going to get a new
foot valve and a check valve.
Yeah, foot valve and a check valve. We're probably going to get a new well pump. We just have a lot of work to do. Yeah,
I do.
Babes has a lot of work to do. I have a lot of work to do in the barn.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to what I was saying before about is it worth it?
Mm-hmm.
So we have come to this milestone where, we're excited, obviously, that this is almost over, and soon I won't be getting phone calls from the bank going, "Why haven't you paid your mortgage?" Well, because you're about to be paid for it, and I'm not paying for it this month, because I might as well, take a couple $1,000 and just light it on fire because of all the interest and everything else. So I just let those go. But moving forward, I want to focus on the stuff that's fun, or the stuff that I have interest in. I still want to discover things. I still want to gain the knowledge. I still want to resell things. But at this point, there's the barn is bulging at the seams, and I don't like it. And I'm at the point in this journey where I'm allowed to enjoy what I'm doing. So the other first thing that we're paying for, is a dumpster. So I'm going to unload a lot of the stuff that's here that is just...
Well, a lot of it you never really got a chance to go through.
Right.
When you brought it here.
Right.
Because...
some stuff just got moved.
Yeah, a lot of stuff just got filled bins and packed.
Yep. And some stuff, as I was going through my mom's house, I knew what category the bin was, so it just stayed there. So yeah, there's still things to discover. There's still things to do. I'm not going to stop selling, but I do want to get it manageable, because right now it is just a weight. And I think at this point, after 5 years, I deserve to not have the burden aspect, the weight on my shoulders. So, yeah.
You haven't seen her in a while.
Lissa. Yeah, Lissa's here. So, if anybody is thinking about buying in bulk and wants to take a trip to New York,
come on down.
Reach out to me. My email's on the screen. Let me give you an example. Thank you, baby. So I'll give you an example. So remember those comic books that we found at the house that were sealed, #1 issues, yada yada yada. The Nintendo comic books. Even tried listing them at one point. And as it turns out, I talked to a bunch of people. Exactly, Maggie. Absolutely. And I had to learn that. And that was part of the process. I had to learn what wasn't really worth my time. But the comic books, I did finally drop them off to be graded. And they're beautiful. Grading costs a lot of money. Did you know that? I didn't know that. But here we have all of these comics that were brand new sealed, these #1 issues. And I went through the grading process and they have come back. And even though, they were sealed, why this is a 9.4, I have no idea. But these are, to collectors, this box and this stamp are like super important, right? So they called me the other day and they said, yes, hubby just got 9 done for the first time, but it was worth it for him. Yeah. Yes. 9, anything above 9 is really good. I'm going to make a good amount of money off of these, and I'm going to be listing these this week on eBay. But so when I talked to the guy, I said, I have a whole shelf full of comic books. And you guys remember when Dom and Chris came through the place, Dom looked through the comic books and he told me, some of them are, these are worth something. He taught me a lot about comic books at the time. So did they unbundle them and grade each one separately? Yes. Yes, they're all here. So this one came back 9.0. This one 9.0. This one 9.2. Um, 9.2. So this was like $400 just to send these out and grade them. $400. That's crazy to me. So I'm looking at the rest of the comic books and I told him, I said, listen, I did my research on these particular, there's one more. And this one came back 9.8, which is almost mint. But I said, I have a shelf full of comic books. And I said, I got to be honest, what I've learned from people that deal in comic books, there's a lot to learn. And part of this journey has been learning a little about a lot. And you guys get what I mean by that. I learn a little bit about something and sometimes I end up going down a rabbit hole and I focus on it and I dig deep and I learn all kinds of stuff and I love to learn. That's the one part of this journey that I have really enjoyed. But I have no interest in learning about comic books. I know that if I see something somewhere in this plastic case, if it's like, I might pick it up and list it. But he went through them. There were 3 copy paper boxes and he went through them And he was, you know, trying to help me out because for some reason people like to help me out. So he's going through them all, and he went through all 3 boxes, and he made a stack about this big. Most of them were they were DC Batman Adventures or something like that, or Batman something. But you know, he's talking the whole time that he's going through them, which is fascinating. Don't get me wrong. When somebody knows their stuff and they're just and I'm just like, wow. And I'm just thinking about all of the time that goes into just this one category and how many resellers are out there where that's their only niche, and how much knowledge they have and things like that. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to. So he showed me all these Omega ones, and he's like, these you could get like $1 to $4 for. They're not really collectible. Some of the older right, exactly, Jennifer. You have to love it to really get that knowledge. And I have found that there are things in this process that I love, and I love the glassware. I do love the glassware. I love learning about the glassware. I haven't stopped learning about the glassware. Not once have I opened a box of glassware or porcelain or pottery or anything like that and been like, ugh, more glassware, and just shut the box. That thrill of what's in the box is there for me. Just doesn't do it. There is no thrill whatsoever. So anyway, the guy went through and he had this stack, and he was like, you could probably get, you know, anywhere between $15 and $30 each for these particular ones. And then he got all excited because he was going through the series, the Batman Adventure series or whatever. And he's like, oh man, these are looking kind of sequential. And I'm like, ooh, exciting. I mean, I was excited for him, but I'm just, no. And he's like, I'm like, what are we looking for? And he goes, we're looking for number 12. And he's like, number 12 is the first appearance of Harley Quinn and something about the artist. And, you know, he's like, that one's worth some money. You can, minimum, you can get $400 for that one. And he's like, now I got to slow down now. You know, I got to go through these slower now that I know that these are kind of sequential. So we're going through, and sure enough, number 12 shows up, and he's like, woo! You know, there's that moment for him, like it would be if I pulled a fairy lamp out of one of the glassware boxes, or a Murano piece, or, you know, just some of the things, a glowy piece, a uranium glass piece. You know, that was that thrill that he felt. I will never feel that thrill for comic books. I just won't. So he said, if I didn't know you and you brought it in, he's like, this short stack is all I would be interested in buying. And he's like, the rest of it, and he's like, honestly, since you already have a business established doing reselling, he's like, you'll really get more if you write it off, because technically you get about $3 a comp, $3 to $4.50 or something like that for comic books when you drop them off at Goodwill. So says the what's it worth for what's the tax, TurboTax. And I'm like, this is true. I've done this. I've been donating. I've been keeping track. I've been writing it off, you know, that type of thing. And I said, so how much would you pay for that stack? And he was like, and I said, would it cover my bill? $400 bill, right? For these things, for these plastic cases. And he's like, is that what you're looking for? And I said, yeah, I think so. And he's like, he started thinking about it, and I could see the gears turning, running through all the ones that he flipped and saw, running through his head. And he was like, I would take the whole lot and forgive the bill. And I stoic, dead silent.
And you walked away with $100.
I didn't get to that part yet.
Oh, sorry.
So then he sweetened the deal and said, I'll take the whole lot and give you $100 cash. So in my head, I was like, that's $500. That's probably a year worth of my time. That's a weight on my shoulder that I'm not interested in having because I'm not interested in comic books. And I was like, you know what? Sold. It's a deal. So I cleared an entire shelf of all the comic books. Didn't have to pay for the grading.
Was that 3 boxes? Right?
It was three bins.
3 big boxes.
3 bins. Yeah. And I do know that one was worth about $400. But you know what? He's got to back and board them. He's got to get them all, any of them that he wants to get graded. He's got to do all that work.
Yeah, none of them would be.
And the knowledge is already in
like
his head.
Are, though.
So you guys have gone totally silent. Tell me I did a good thing. Because I felt really good about it. We both felt really good about it. I walked away from having to pay a $400 bill with $100 in my pocket. And Babes says that we're getting steak one night this week.
We're going to the Outback.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. That's all I needed was one person to give me affirmation.
So I sent the video of Oreo.
To?
Your Facebook Messenger.
Just now?
Just now.
Did you scold him?
No.
Did you stop him?
No.
You swear?
I swear.
Okay.
He's still outside and it's raining.
He's still playing with that thing?
No, I don't think he's playing with it, but he's still outside.
Oh. Good. You mean it. I love you, Barb. Don't care. I got affirmation before negativity, so I don't care. So yes, Kathy, I do plan on doing that with some things. There are some things that I find interest in, and I'm still learning about it. I didn't spend all this time sorting all these little toys and stuff like that. Do you need food?
No.
Oh. I didn't spend all that time sorting toys and stuff because it was a job. I was kind of having fun and I was learning, all of a sudden I was like, oh, there's a difference between My Little Pony and fake My Little Pony without the little thing on the bottom of their feet. And, I'm learning stuff from you. So I will do toy lots. I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be fun selling toys on Whatnot and stuff like that. The loose toys, the little toys. Most of the stuff that we had that was like new in box 90s stuff, we've already sold in the past couple of years. So whether it be
you probably got how many thousands in books right here?
Well, we're gonna look it up.
Well,
I think we have
$1,500 for that one right
I
there
think,
by itself, right?
I think we have at least $2,000 here.
You got one.
I said at least. I'm thinking after fees.
Oh. Gotcha.
So I think that was worth it. You guys are awesome. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say. And Kathy, you nailed it. I can't wait to get to all my sewing stuff and start doing sewing sales and selling fabric and sell. You don't even know, you guys. My sewing room.
What?
You love me, right?
Yeah.
My sewing room is bins after bins after bins. Literally the whole room. How big did you make that room?
12 by 20.
Okay, so he made me a sewing studio 20 by 12, and there is a 1.5 foot path around the outside of the sewing room, and everything else is bins up to my neck. in the middle. That's how. Now, mind you, I lost a lot of quilting friends, and I inherited a lot of quilting stuff.
So that's something else if they wanted to come out and buy lots.
No, I'm going to enjoy selling that stuff. Get out. Okay.
Show them the kitty. The messenger.
Hold on. I learned that the comic with the introduction of a new character is worth more than later ones. Yes, that's true. Don't want to learn about it. Start putting things in a lot and selling it or taking it to the auction guy you spoke to, maybe. I don't think so. Babe's coming in hot with the spoiler, right? What's the value of one's time can be a hard thing to wrap one's mind around. Well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to wrap my mind around it. Oh, you guys are awesome. Jewelry, I'm going to enjoy. I enjoy learning about jewelry. Hi, Sandy. Yes, you did. You want your life back. You brought it to someone that knew what you had, and he was fair. He was very fair. I was very happy about that. Hi, Dana. Good to see you. Exactly, Kevin. Exactly. Oh, here goes Lulu, our researcher. Legend of Zelda #2, 9.8. Looks like she found a sold for 800. Yeah, I thought the 9.8 was the first Zelda, and it's not. It's the second Zelda. I thought this one was a 9.8.
Yeah,
this one just sold this week, a 9.8 for was it $1,600?
Yeah, you sent me a thing. Yeah, there was
$1,600. So this one 9.8 went for $1,600. Yeah. Tony Patano, how are you? That's true, Lissa. That is very true. It's good to see you, Miss Tony. Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, so that's my comic book story. And now Babes wants me to show you the video of Oreo, I guess.
I'm going to put that one back in the bag.
They don't have to be in the... They can, yeah, might as well.
You don't want to scratch up the...
True. Didn't think of that. All right. How long is it?
A minute and something.
Okay.
It's under 2 minutes.
Hold on. I gotta pause. I gotta download. I could just put this on Facebook, honey, and they could see it there. Unless you really want me to show it right now.
I'm just saying, I sent it to you, so.
All the Misfit toys are back together again. Happy day. Yeah, we got a little bit of everybody from everywhere that hang out here, don't we? Find the downloads. Okay. This is a kitty intermission.
It's raining out there, babes.
It is. I hear it. This can go over here. And okay, that's really blurry.
Well, I think it
share screen.
Should be better than that.
Window, entire screen. This one, share. Okay, this is This is the cat that used to never come home and just yelled at us. This is what he's like now that he's out here.
It's a chipmunk.
He just plays with it.
It's a chipmunk.
I should have kept recording because it actually started attacking him, and he was like backing up, and you know, he didn't know what to think.
This went on for a while. This thing almost got away, and
Well,
he grabbed it. Didn't hurt it.
All of 5 minutes.
Hi, Pat Doodles.
And every
He
time
just plays with these critters. He never eats them.
Watch. Every time it started to get to a spot to where it could get away, he'd pick it up.
Oh yeah, I don't think he wants to play with you.
He'd bring it back to the middle of the yard.
Yeah, he's met the neighbors, Maggie.
Like this.
Oh, you got him. He's like, get back over here where I can play with you.
Now the video ends.
No. Told you, he just plays with him.
When Babes realizes that it's a baby chipmunk and starts to feel guilty.
He's got a mama and brothers and sisters that love him too.
You cannot discipline him for going after
I
critters.
didn't. I'm just saying, he's got a family.
Look at how happy he is. Crazy cat. What did you do? He sat on him?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when Babes felt guilty. Oh yeah, definitely Doug. From reading his cat magazine. He got all kinds of domesticated.
Yeah.
So Oreo he goes to both neighbors' houses.
Yep.
He goes over to Grandma's house and
sprayed her porch.
And hangs out with Mr. Friendly, her cat, and has gone over to Debbie's house and tries to get fed and go in the house over there. That's totally Peachy Crumble. She exhausts prey. Ah. Yeah. So anyway, he's a totally different cat. I don't know. What else do you guys want to know? You let me know what you want to hear about or what you want to know or what you want to see. The barn is a disaster.
Yeah. The house is a disaster.
Yeah, we're still kind of living out of boxes.
Janet's been cooking, though. Lots of good stuff.
Yeah. I have been cooking at home.
Not mush.
Oh, the baby. Baby Kason. I'll show you baby Kason. Baby Kason is my grandson. This is the latest picture that I got because Dad put too many bubbles in the bathtub. That's baby Kason. This is a live video.
You can make a good meme out of that one.
He was moving before. I don't know why it doesn't move anymore.
There was a video.
No, it's a live photo.
Oh.
But it doesn't work anymore. Maybe if I download it. Is that download? Did I do it right? Save photo. This photo's already been saved. Okay, fine.
Well.
Yeah, see the live thing? Live. Loop. Isn't he cute? He's adorable. He's at the point now where he's rolling. He's rolling around. This was a phone call with Grandma. Happy baby. Baby Kaysen. Still doing the IT. Yes, we both still work full time. Tour of the shop. Oh boy. Okay. You guys will see the mess that we're in.
I'm gonna go get a snack.
Yeah, you do that. I can hear. I can hear your grumpy belly. No, that's not what I want.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Mr. Paul, Philly flippered 100,000 K. How you doing? Okay, somebody, where are you setting up the sewing machine area? Okay, so I will show you how buried we are in the barn right now. Hi, Muriel. Let me click on this. Open this up. Safari. All right, I'm going to mute this. And turn it around. Back camera. All right. This is a mess. So, the shipping office got completely regurgitated. Let me know if you guys can't hear me. Should be able to hear me. So over here, so this is the new water line that goes around the room. So I'm putting, because it sweats. So I just set this down, and my workbench is going to go here. And everything else is just clutter. It's not horrible clutter. I mean, these are legit only shipping supplies, but, my shipping table's full. This stuff's full. Digitized voice, sound is weird. Okay, hold on. It's because I need a new phone. Okay, how's the sound now? The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy moon. Wait, you do that for a typewriter, not for a sound check. Check, check, check. Yes, I need a new phone. It's also on the list. Better? Yes, I still have your hold box. If anybody has stuff, it's still here. So as we go out into the barn area now, so this whole area got emptied, and the sewing machines that I opted to keep are right in here. I gotta be honest with you guys, I got rid of all of my parts machines. all of the machines that were parts, or the machines that were plastic, or the machines that I wasn't interested in. I traded machines for labor. Yeah. So these are the ones, and then I've got lots and lots of treadle drawers. I've got the dome tops for them. There's also some machines down in the basement, but this is all, just clutter. I don't, this is making me nuts. And then more boxes that just came, I mean, my super nice, neat aisles. Hang on, I gotta close this door because rain's coming in. I mean, there's still nice, neat aisles, but there's clutter. There's stuff that's got to be gone through and sorted, and yeah, this is not how I want to be. So that's why a dumpster's coming. Here's the empty shelf where the comic books were. Gone. See ya. Yep. But there's still an enormous amount of work to do. And I don't want to do it all. And I don't have to anymore. So yeah, I've been went through a whole bunch of the kitchen stuff. I pulled stuff that I wanted to keep into the house. I did spend some time doing that. And I got to come back over here for comments. The canning jars. Yeah, hold on. The Crocs and canning jars are selling for bigger prices right now, but the jars are only selling in lots. You know, the canning jars, a lot of them I think I'm just going to toss. The basic jars and everything else, I wouldn't use them for canning. Yeah, right, Lissa? I mean, at least it's not my house. My house doesn't look like that. And you guys know that I can appreciate that you need to make a mess to get organized. Yep. But, like I said, now that we are at the point where, I mean, it's hard to wrap my head around the fact that I can still see the inside of my mother's house the first day I walked in. The first day that I walked in and just was so overwhelmed I couldn't go in the house. I can still remember all of that vividly. And I can remember that at the time I was single, and I didn't have a lot of money in savings. I saw the opportunity. I saw the vision, and that was before I found Babes. And I never could have done it without him. I never could have done this alone. Everything happens for a reason, and everything happened as it was supposed to. And now, on the other side of actually going through my mother's house. Now, remember, before I even started my YouTube channels, there were 3 storage units. 3 storage units that were 30 minutes away from her house, that were all full to the ceiling. 10 by 16 by 30 storage units. And that's everything started with Rehouse. So a lot of that was furniture and doors. Oh my God. Just in my mother's estate alone, there must have been 300 doors. Just doors. Solid wood doors. Now, if I could have foreseen where my life would have gone, I wouldn't have given it all to Rehouse to put on consignment. We would have used some of those doors in this property, but you can only be in the now. And I think that that's one of the big problems that my mom had, was everything was there could be. And I think that that's a big difference between hoarder mentality and reseller mentality, or even a normal person mentality. There are some things that you want to keep around because you might use them. Rolls of duct tape, rolls of electrical tape. Yes, you might use them, but when you got a stack of 20, I mean, they get old. You know, you don't need that. Yeah, they haven't sold it yet. They have not sold it yet, so it's still up for sale. So I don't know. Hi, Patty. Hi, Maria. I'm not interested, to be honest, Barb. I'm not interested anymore. There's some stuff that I am interested in going forward, and some stuff that I could even see myself picking up and selling. I know we said that would never happen, but that's when half of this barn is used for storage. Not every freaking inch of this barn. Half of this barn. I will dedicate, this is a 20 by 60 is the inventory part of the barn. I will dedicate 30 by 20 of the barn for future. And if it becomes less than that, I'm okay with that. But yeah, this is not the life that I want. Now, right now, I can go into this beautiful house that Babe's remodeled for me. My beautiful, humongous kitchen, which we still have some things that we're going to do there. So it's the temporary counters that are in there, which are working perfectly. Mind you, you can wash them and they can get wet and all that other stuff. And it looks clean. I can go in the house and I don't even have to walk in here. I don't have to anymore. It doesn't. God, it's so hard to put into words. Man, what a ride this has been. You know? The difference between old and current mentality is mostly the state of opulence. Old meant poorer and fear of need, especially after World War II. That is true. A dedicated space just for inventory is a proper goal. Yes. And you know what? Babes told me that in the spring, he would set up at the flea market with me. All lamps. All stuff I don't want to ship. So I've got until the spring to get that stuff situated. But man, you guys, there's a lot of lamps that are just going to go too. You know, if a lamp is worth and what it's going to sell for are two different things. There's just a lot of the decision-making process has changed. And I don't know that I expected that, but I wanted it. I wanted that to be the case. I don't want to live my mother's life. And that's important that everyone understands that this was not my life in the beginning. I literally put myself into my mother's shoes and did everything that she said she wanted to do. She said that she wanted to sell. She loved to pick up things. And I mean, half of the stuff in my mother's house was meant to be repurposed somewhere else. It wasn't meant to be sold as the thing that it was. She had an idea for it, and it was usually some sort of decorative, weird metal something or other for her antique booths. Yes. Yes, I'm going to do that. Scarcity can really affect your decisions. Hey, Cindy. Some of it still feels like a burden, but it's only because physical energy has to go into it. Exactly, Rhonda. Exactly. You are willing to sell, and you've sold things your mother didn't. Yep. New chapter for you and babes. Now make it the way you want. Time crunches and space crunches can seriously sway one's perspective of what it could go for and should go for versus get the space back. Yeah, but I can appreciate, let me say this much. I can appreciate the people that do, this is their life. Reselling is their life. And this is a gold mine for a reseller that decided somewhere along the line that they no longer were going to work for somebody else and they were only going to work for themselves. That I'm not doing that. That's not what I want to do. Some of the side stuff is fun. I've got some big dreams. But now it's just so much less pressure, you know? And I was getting really depressed, you guys, really depressed. And it wasn't because things were going wrong. It was just, things just got harder and harder and harder in the economy and the prices for things. And, you know, insert my car gets stolen and I'm in a rental car for 8 freaking weeks. Babe got into an accident and smashed up his truck. And, you know, it was like anytime that life happened, it was like derailment. And life shouldn't be like that. It should be going slow enough that if something gets derailed, okay, you stop, you deal with it, you fix it, you do what you got to do. But just time pressure, not a fan. Not a fan. Exactly, Maggie. There's no, I have no deadline anymore, just my own personal deadline. Now, I believe I once read, I don't want to be on my deathbed and find myself at the end of someone else's life. Exactly. Exactly, Sandy. And that's why when I started this, if you go back to my very first video that I ever posted, I was like, 5 years. I'm going to give this 5 years. And my mom passed away the end of April 2018, 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23. Now I did I got to the end of my mother's house. I sold my mother's house in 2022. 2023, this is a new part. This is a new volume of, this was never in the plan to buy a rundown property and rebuild it from the ground up. And I mean, that man has worked so hard on absolutely everything that he does. And somehow through the course of working his full head off, still loves me and wants to hug and kiss me at the end of the day. Who does that? He's very underappreciated. Very underappreciated. Don't think I don't know it. Don't tell him. Good God, don't tell him. I've been feeding him. And I have not been feeding him mush. So. Hi, Bracken. I responded to you real quick when I was about to hit the road the other day. I hope you got it. Yeah, Babes is a keeper. You expanded in scope and still did it. Yeah. Yeah. But that's why I've been reselling is one thing. This is too big, too much. Put your health first. Yep. Exactly, Maria. Exactly. I agree with that too, Kathy Wiseman. But we've never professed to be normal people. But here's what's happening in the coming months. We are at, let's see. We are dead middle almost of September. So the closing of the house is predicted to be the 28th. The 28th or the 29th. One of those two. And if we can close early, we will. So the buyer is super excited. They even asked for special permission to get back into the house literally within days of accepting their offer, and they wanted to do measurements to get stuff ordered so that they could start right away. I have no idea what they're redoing in the house. I don't care. I honestly don't. I'm happy that they're happy, and I'm happy that I got the price that I did for my house. In my opinion, the house wasn't worth that price. But I had put a lot of money into it over the years. The tax assessment for the house was at $100,000, but they didn't know that the workshop was finished, that it had its own sub panel, heat, air, new concrete, new foundation, insulated, plywood, ceiling, everything. And the tax assessors also didn't know that the basement had been completely refinished. So it was not a basement anymore. There was actually a home theater room downstairs and another room that you can't say it's a bedroom because there's no egress, exit, or whatever the case may be, but another office, another bedroom. But yeah. It was worth it to me. The market agreed with me, which was totally fine. Don't live mom's life anymore. You've done a huge job in your mom's memory. It's perfectly fine to let it go now and live your life. Oh, thank you, Beth. Thank you. I love the affirmation, you guys. I love it. It makes me happy because I know that there are some people, they might even be in chat right now. I have no idea. There's some people that it's going to bother them on how I move forward. It's going to bother them that I don't want to put in all the physical work of cleaning things up and packing trucks and putting things on consignment, or it's just no, not anymore. Not anymore. I mean, I am more than happy to take things to Goodwill that are Goodwill worthy. But I mean, I've been to the Goodwill bins. Noelle took me first. I've been to the bins a couple times in Rochester, looking around, poking around, seeing what's there. And, it gave me perspective of what people can get on a regular basis at Goodwill. And I didn't have that perspective before. And I don't know if you guys remember me telling you, but I used to really enjoy estate sales. prior to taking on my mom's property. That's how I got into my sewing machine business. I was last day of the estate sale, 50% off. Man, I would get some of the beautiful Singer, all mechanical 1950s and older sewing machines for nothing. And I would bring them back to life and I would flip them, and it was great. It was like all of a sudden, going through what I went through, I couldn't even look at a garage sale. Seeing a garage sale sign, I was like, oh my God, I've got a house full of stuff. Estatesales.net, I wasn't even going anywhere near it on my computer. If I saw a sign, it was like a revulsion. It was like to the back ends of the magnets I was away from. And when I did start watching some of the YouTubers that do thrift with me and the Goodwill things, and learning about the whole bins thing, and watching some of my favorite YouTubers, Courtney, Noelle, go through bins and stuff like that, it started to give me a better perspective. So I can remember like one of my first live sales, I'm bringing all this stuff out of a box, and I am just so careful with absolutely everything. Here's an example. Now this one is a little bit different because I think it's adorable, but whatever. So something like this, I would bring this out of the box, and I would just so gingerly, I had no idea what this was worth. No idea. And I would look at it and I would study it. And, eventually somebody taught me about Google Lens, all this other stuff. And then you guys coming into sales. And then I would put something up on the table when I started live sales. And every once in a while, somebody would throw a little comment in there. It's resin. Well, I didn't know what that meant. I do now. You can get all kinds of resin crap at the dollar store. Now, there is artists that do things in resin, and I've learned to tell the difference. Why? Because my mother had so much resin crap that I got to experience more than the normal reseller. No more than someone else trying to get into this business and thinking, I don't know what I'm buying. You see those posts in like eBay thrifters of the whole garage sale table, and they're like, all this stuff, they said that I could take everything on this table for $20. And some people with their expertise, they take a look at that picture and they would put their comment. It would seem a little biting and cold, but it doesn't now. Now I understand that it's experience and knowledge, that all that stuff, that's resin, that's dollar store stuff, that's stuff that Goodwill throws away, all this other stuff. And then it hurts. It hurts people when they don't know the difference. And until they learn, or until they have the opportunity to learn, they just keep getting hurt by it. Now, it might be more so for me because of my empathy and, how I was raised and my mother in this situation and everything else. I knew, a little thing like this mishandled in front of my mother would hurt her. She would feel almost physical pain at something being mistreated, because part of that hoarder disorder is things, and that they need to, have a life, and they need to live on, and I don't know what I'm babbling about. But long and short of it is, I know that I was put on this path for a reason, and there have been several times where that reason has just, I mean, you might as well just put a gigantic light bulb over the top of a scenario that I was meant to be there. I was meant to talk to that person. I was meant to encourage that person that they could get through it. Or here's how you find these things out. You guys did that for me. And I had no idea that was going to happen. And I still want to be able to share that part of me. I don't want to just shut all this down, throw it all out, and go make a quilt. I do want to get back to quilting. I do want to get back to sewing, and I'm going to. But I still think that this was meant to happen in my life because there are people that I am meant to help. Not do it for them. Not, would you sell all this stuff for me? Oh, hell to the no. Not going to happen. I will not be selling stuff for people. But to be able to help people understand and give them those situations where I had my aha moments, like the 10th time that I wandered through Goodwill after I donated at the back door, I wandered through and I was seeing the same stuff over and over and over again. And while there's these great Goodwill videos out there where people are finding bolos and they zoom in and, oh my God, there's this Murano thing and, you know, whatever, or they flip something over and there's a signature on it. And that stuff is really cool. But what they didn't teach me until I went there myself was that it's the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. And you know what? That stuff ends up at the bins for 12 cents a pound or whatever the hell it is. I've seen that stuff. I've seen it go from having a ludicrous Goodwill price tag on it for like $20 for this thing that's there all the time. And that $20 thing with the price tag still on it is broken in the bottom of the Goodwill bin. And there was a lot of that here. And you guys were just so sweet and so understanding. I would just bring my resin junk and my molded, cheap, clear glass stuff. And, oh, Jan, you're doing such a good job. Bless you guys. Bless you guys for not slamming me like they do in some of these Facebook groups. Some of these experienced sellers are so mean to people. It's terrible. I hate it. Yeah, you go ahead, Doug. You go ahead. Return to sender. Man, I'm just babbling. You guys actually listening? On another YouTuber's channel, book donation places, nursing homes, preschool, prison. Yeah, in theory, that all sounds good. But you know what? Everybody is dropping off their stuff there. They don't want it. So when you take the time to sit down and call people and say, hey, I've got all this stuff. I don't want to throw it out. I want to donate it. I want to, I want it to be good, put to good use. And they're just like, we have storage facilities full of this donated crap and we don't have any staff to disperse it or give it away. So they end up throwing it out anyway. It's just, the world has changed a lot. A lot. Just waiting for the mic drop. Nice. And just went ahead and bought it from you anyhow. I know. You guys are just the best. Buying crap from me to keep me moving. But, let's be honest. My mom has had some good stuff. There has been some epic stuff that has come out of this, a lot of which I sold, early on. And thank God I had fair people in my chat that would drive that price up to exactly what it was worth, and everybody was willing to pay it. I never had somebody with like buyer's remorse. If I had somebody with buyer's remorse, it was much, much later and it was a whole bunch of cheap crap. But any of the expensive glass and stuff like that, the really unique stuff, I don't feel like I've been taken advantage of at all in this journey. And that's really lucky. That's super lucky. That's a statement for you guys as subscribers to be that way and to want to invest your time in sitting around and saying, Jan, stop putting resin crap up. I've learned so much about resin. It was funny. Babes walked through because we get his jeans and stuff from Goodwill because he's a welder. He destroys everything he wears every single day. So he never has the same clothes for very long. And we're walking through Goodwill and he's picking stuff up. And I was like, no, that's resin. No, that's molded. No, that. And then all of a sudden I get to the end of the aisle and I'm like, did I just do that? Did I actually know that stuff? Oh my God. And like picking up glassware and looking at it and knowing immediately that it's not blown glass. And it just, wow. Wow, that's really cool. And you guys sitting at home, you guys have a lot of knowledge. It's shocking to me. I'll go anywhere snow exists. Actually, not every Goodwill or thrift place is like that. This is true. I've been to some other thrift stores, and I'm kind of shocked at the prices on stuff. And I feel like those people haven't left their thrift store and walked through a Goodwill. Do you want some things back? No, absolutely not. There is not one single thing that I have mailed out of here that I want back. Absolutely not. You guys suck. Put your Christmas lights up, Doug. Wait until you get my invoice. Oh, God. Yes. You are so knowledgeable with jewelry now, Miss Mia. Aw, thanks, Maria. I'll have to see if anybody... Well, I'd be interested to see what the comments are afterwards. And they'd be like, girl, you just talked your damn head off. No, they have left their thrift stores. They just remember why they have a thrift store. I got ponies for you, Ty. You let me know when you're ready for another box. Oh, that's nice, Rhonda. I am happy. I am so very happy that we are, I mean, the light at the end of the tunnel is right there. It's right there. We're so close. We're so very close. Hey, whatever keeps more things out of the landfill in the bigger scheme of things. Yep. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. I am not going to throw things out because I don't want to deal with them. I want to go back through with the knowledge that I have and the cheap stuff that nobody wants, that I know nobody wants, is gonna go. And the rest of it, I want to start, I did one Whatnot show and it was fun. It was really fun. And a couple of the people that I sold to in that Whatnot show, they live near me and they want to come shop in my barn. Hell yes. I would love to unload just lots like I did with the comic books. Some of the stuff I want to list it. I want to sell it. I want to keep my eBay store. I want to keep my StreamYard. I want to keep my YouTube channel. I want to keep doing what I'm doing, but the volume is no longer, it's too much. It's too much. It just is. So the volume of it needs to go. I don't need to sell every little thing. I don't. So what's happening inside the new house? So the new house. Now, Ty, you have to, not Ty, Bracken, you don't have to. But if you go to the Facebook group, I think it's still pinned at the top of the channel. There are a bunch of pictures in the Facebook group, and that is where I did some updates over the last, I think it's been 3 months. I think it's been about 90 days. Oh yes. I'm not going anywhere. I have much more shenanigans to happen around here. Facebook has free curb pickup groups. Yeah. Facebook Marketplace is not Facebook Marketplace is not the same everywhere. And Facebook Marketplace in Rochester is a joke. It is a waste of time. It is, you add any of those other groups to any of your postings and you just get bots that the account was created within the last 24 hours and it's all scam. The last time I put something on Facebook Marketplace, I kid you not, I had 35 messages in under 12 minutes. And every single one of them, I had to go and look and see if it was a real person that had posts and friends, and they weren't. They were scams. It was a waste of time. So stuff doesn't sell well. Now, on the other hand, there have been some things that we've posted on Facebook Marketplace and just forgot about it. If you want to get rid of something quick, Facebook Marketplace is not the thing to do around here. But we did sell the fireplace, that great big modern fireplace. We sold those metal, yes, exactly, Julie. They ask for your phone number and they're really creepy. Yep. We sold the tires from Dean's Tractor. Actually, we sold the safe. We sold the safe on Facebook Marketplace, but it was listed for a long time on Facebook Marketplace. Oh, yeah, I know. But you know what kind of problems they're having with those groups now, Lissa? I actually just removed myself from one because you can only be in one buy nothing group or whatever for your area. But anyway, I removed myself from the one for my mom's neighborhood, and I'm about to remove myself from the Greece one. And people are posting in there. They're really upset. There are people that, that's what they want to do. Just like you guys are like, you know, trying to keep things out of the landfill, give stuff away for free, all this other stuff. They're spending all this time making arrangements with people and people not showing up. The pickup never happens, or they go to meet somebody in like a grocery store parking lot under a security light and nobody shows up. So people are wasting more time and gas and everything else trying to give things away free, where it's easier for the person, I got to be honest, to drop it off at Goodwill or throw it out. You're the best, Tony Patano. Yeah, the safe was cool. What's happening to Rhonda? Oh, she's had the same experience. Yeah. Yeah. They're really upset about it. And some of them, you know, there's some people that have really dedicated a lot of time to consistently post, and they're done. It just, people can be exhausting, unfortunately. But, you know, we, at least like the dented pots and pans and stuff like that, we did take it to the scrapyard. We didn't just throw it out. So we took our scrap back, and you know, we got a little something for the metal, but not very much. But you know, we don't want to fill the landfill either. At least it's easy to block them the second someone asks for phone. Only sold on Marketplace last 2 years, not fast. Yeah, you know what I've noticed, Rhonda? When I go to block them, all of a sudden I'll go to the next message. It's a totally different name, and they're already blocked. So I don't know how they have like multiple accounts like that. But you block one and it blocks a couple. If you're giving it away, I think driving it direct to the thrift store is best. Yeah. Well, some of it I'm just going to do in huge lots. And you take it all, or you don't take it. I mean, I'll ask for a certain amount of money because I know what the value is, but it'll be more, well, yeah, because they can get money for that. And we did, you know, we filled that curb in grease every single week, from out here, from out there, everything else. And literally by the time the garbage people got there, it had all been picked. It had been picked clean. Okay, so that's my update. That's what we've been doing. That's where my mind is. That's where things are going. I'm going to get back to listing soon, but we also have physical work to do around here, most of which is on Babes, unfortunately. But I try to help. I try to at least feed him. Yeah. Good to see you, Kevin. But yeah, you guys have any other questions? Anything else you want to know? I will be back on. I will start working on the videos. There's my Babes. He loves food. He loves to be fed. Yeah. Hopefully during the winter time, probably next year. What all is Babes working on? Oh, he's working on everything. Right now he's working on trees, and he's going to be doing the fascia on the side of the house so we can have somebody put gutters up. He's got to get back down in the well. Yes, name that tune. He's been practicing. He's been practicing. He's been learning new songs. We shut down a lot earlier. So where we would keep going until like, 10, 11 o'clock at night before, now it's like as soon as it gets dark, which I think it gets dark about, I don't know, 10 minutes ago. Is there still a little light out there? I don't think so. We're just like, a long day. We sit on the porch and we get something to eat or whatever, and just, he's been playing his guitar. We met the other neighbor. We sat on their back deck one night with these neighbors, and Babes played his guitar, and we drank wine, and it was like, wow, we deserve this. Yes, listing parties for sure. For sure. And they will probably be Saturdays or Sundays, maybe some evenings. Yes, please. If you are looking for something specific that you know is still here. Yes, I have the bingo card. What did I do with them? I had them set aside, but set aside was like so much stuff ago, but they are here. I have another batch of bingo cards. Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, I got to assume at some point you guys are shopped out, right? How many live sales can you go to? Unless there's entertainment and name that tune, or parties or something. Yep. Work with me in listing parties. I will do. The other stuff is videos, and then when something cool happens here, we'll get back to that. It's just we needed to get down to one house. It got really, really hard there towards the end, you guys. I mean, it was just really hard towards the end. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times we were ready to just like walk away, and you can't. You sell a house, you have to empty it. In both cases. So doing my mom's house and then doing our house, and I parted with so many sewing machines. I just, couldn't do it. Yeah. I guess it depends. I mean, some of the channels, that there's a sale going on, and that there's cool stuff. So if you're a collector and that opportunity is there, then great. I really like those. Pardon me, I didn't mean to yawn. I really like those videos I was doing. And I'm going to keep doing those, most definitely. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So let me get the present button, share screen, entire screen, this one. So these videos, these buy it now, members see it first. I love doing those, and they keep me focused. And, they're listed for the members first, and then 24 hours later, they're public. And if people want to come shop, they can shop. And then I have all the pictures and everything else already done. Oh, that's an ad. I'm trying to make my little pictures. My bibblies. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to do more. Those ones. Like that. Yeah. I like those. Bibbly. Buy it before I list it. Those are cool. I like those. I'm not going to stop doing those. Sewing machine. It's been a while. This says 2 months ago, but it's June 15th. That's almost 3 months ago. And this one's pretty cool. This is a babes video. Yes, I like them. I'm going to keep doing those. And it's like a tote full. And doing those videos was what got me start listing in my store. And I will tell you guys, I have sold some things in my store. There's a bunch of stuff that has gone. I've had a lot of interest in those. How cool is that, Doug? Remember those scary dolls, the Galoob dolls, the so scary Sally, or what is so funny Natalie? That doll finally sold. That doll finally sold. I've sold a bunch of stuff off of here. I sold the other My Child doll. I've sold a bunch of glassware. The Arcoroc, ARCOROC, made in France stuff. That one kind of surprised me, because I see that stuff at Goodwill. When I go through Goodwill, I see that stuff at Goodwill all the time. I did take it off my Etsy. God, I hope I did. Shit, let me look. I'm pretty sure I did. I think the first thing I did was take it off my Etsy. And I sold those rocking horse books. Should be receiving a text message containing a 6-digit security code. Okay. 24 794. And yeah, the only thing left in my Etsy shop is the bunny. So all of the things, 2 orders, 1 active listing. What do you mean 2 orders? Those are done, right? Oh yeah, they're done. That was those rocking horse books. The box set. They both sold in the same day. $50 each. And I was so confused because it was my very first Etsy sale. And I was like, wait, did this person buy it or did this person buy it? Wait, do I have 2? I was like, wow, because it was listed for a really long time and it just kept relisting. And I had the Natalie, the So Funny Natalie or whatever, that doll was listed there. But they bought it on eBay. They didn't buy it on Etsy. How cool is that? Need the Jan method of put the picture up and move on. It took a long time to get to that. Hi, Viv. Welcome to my channel. I haven't been on in a while. Oh, 7 months. And I owe you guys some discounts. let's see, for $1.99. So 5 months is $10. I'll figure something out, especially if I have stuff on the shelf here for you. But you guys know, not everybody, sometimes being a member is just to support. I have not been watching anybody. I've been watching MasterChef Australia. Yes. I don't have to drive for an hour to come hug on you, babers. You're right there on the couch, not very far. Love that. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I will be appearing here and there, but again, for quick whatever, do consider joining the Facebook group because we throw things in there every once in a while. And I actually watched those, or not, I haven't watched them in a while, but they were, I still have those, Kathy. Still have those horses. He's not hangry. He stuck a piece of chocolate, something in his mouth, I'm sure. And down the road, not right now, not yet, but down the road, I do have a sub channel that I am starting. So it's I think it's already out there. I think it's been out there forever. I don't know where to find it. I'll figure out how to find it. You got rid of what? What did I get rid of? Yeah, we got more work to do. But anyway, thanks for joining me, you guys. And if you're watching this back on the replay, sorry, not sorry about the babbling, but a lot of people wanted to hear from me and wanted to know how things were going. And yeah, we're doing good. And we're almost there. And when we get the check for the other house, we can have more than peanut butter and jelly. I will see you guys soon. Thanks again for coming. Bye.